to life and enjoying life, and just happy that that the great giver of breath has given them an opportunity to be a part of something that's much greater than themselves. So we know that as they begin to move down into what we now call the peninsula of Florida, that later on, and many years later, he would become many cities across this great nation, the United States of America, and different areas in all many different states have that same name that rings true. Osceola, or Osceola, as we say it back in Oklahoma. Osceola, some may say. They have different pronunciations for it, but we know it's for that. And why is it? You and I, that's what came from above. That's what came from above, from the giver of breath. Izagnemasi, the great giver of breath. He has instilled in each and every one of us, by the spirit of the human being, to be able to have certain core values, to have certain things that we must hold on to, that we cherish, and we won't let them die. And you know, when those things are challenged in our life, we don't lie down and let someone trot over them. But we, like many of you who have served in the armed forces of the United States of America, you stand up and you answer the call when it's time to do it. And I'm so glad that Native American people throughout the countless decades, though they are not the populated people in the North American continent now, we are the most populated from a particular group of people that will always volunteer to go defend this great land, America. But I want you to know that today I am humbled, as I said earlier, and honored to be able to be here as part of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma's part in this particular unveiling and event. And I want to just say, Mado for the invite, and thank you for always being hospitable to our people when we come down into the South. I've never come down, even when I wasn't in the position that I am today, and not had kindness shed upon me. And I want to say thank you for those things.
Many stories associated with the construction of the monument. Most of you, what you probably were not here, but at some point possibly you will. When's right, time's right. But it's my great honor today to introduce my friend, brother, Mr. Charlie Bailey, Seminole Tribe of Florida.
Oi, stone, Jihantamo, Hijifke Post. Don't ask me to translate to English. I have to take all you guys out, like in the military. Well, it's good to be here today. Monday, Charles Chambers contacted me. We met 4 years ago. And crazy thing, we met a long time ago. We were all young and handsome, but we're still better looking now. And so today, I was going to say something, but doggone it, Lewis Johnson took everything from me. That is good, because what is, it is said, the warriors, we are protectors of all, but the most important thing is not the men, it's you ladies. You ladies are giver of life, co-creators. This is why we fought. If it wasn't for you ladies, we would not be here. If it wasn't like for my grandma, great auntie, and somebody I didn't even know. Oh, Choppy, I grew up in Italy City in Tallassee. That means a rotten house or rusted house. But we grew up there. We grew up as a community. And our first stories about Chief Osceola, like I'm supposed to be real educated in my own way of culture, but I grew up in a time period where I was sent to boarding school, assimilation, to take away a culture. I came home with a broken language. But because of people like Chief Osceola, the beer students, grandmas, and elders that was there that took under wing. For example, my nephew's sitting here. Other my nephews are coming here. It's my job is to make sure my nephews teach, but it's a good thing I'm proud of them because these young people are learning my way of life, our way of life. They stayed back to learn. Me, I went off to the military to do what I had to do. All these people here, like these Chief Osceola, various people, they're leaders. They need protectors. And even like in our way of life, we've got somebody have to have like a bodyguard. That's what we are to them. And so, when Chief Osceola did what he did, he was protecting the people, the future. So if it wasn't these warriors, we would not be here doing what we're doing. Culture. culture is the foundation of your life. Like this house got a frame. If I don't have no frame, you do not have culture. Culture by that I mean the arts and crafts, your language, food, and even your spirituality. You may be traditional or maybe come out here. And it was good. We opened. You always start the prayer with no matter what. All through the day, we had the greatest blessing of all. The Creator woke us up, put us together. Without the Creator, we cannot do what we do. My name is Marshall.
But turn your cameras off, though.
So it's my also a great honor to introduce Mr. Ted Ison. Ted, we weren't sure was going to make it, so you don't see him on the program, but maybe that brings his spirit up even more. Mr. Ted Ison.
Mandomen istimaskogot idologi the chikejikas modo chikejas siminologi adotka chikejikas modo chikejas man homatology. We come and be next to our ancestors, and the fact that you're doing this and commemorating them is really a fabulous thing, and we applaud that. Like they all said, like everybody else said, they took all my words, so I don't have anything to say. But we thank you all the organizations that have had a part in this. And by the way, when Miko Bokta was finished with his sermon, I thought we was going to have an altar call or something like that, or I thought I was going to go vote for him. So again, it fills us to no end to be here in our homelands and to see this kind of response to this. It's just great. As we were driving through the homelands, I was trying to give, like you said, the GPS. I was telling him, well, I've been here. He goes, I know. I didn't even have to tell him. We didn't have to listen to the lady on the phone or anything. We just know. And it's because we have such a connection to our homelands that all the creek names, all the place names that we see down here mean something to us, even today. As we know, Osceola came from Tallassee when they were here, and then they moved down because of the strife and became the Seminoles at that time. These all were creek towns here, but then they became Seminoles. They just woke up one morning and changed from creek to Seminole. No, I'm not sure how that worked, but anyway. Moving on up. There you go. we have this kidding around with the two nations, the Creeks and the Seminoles. Oh, and so anyway, so that side of the history is really rich for us as Native people because we venerate this person. But to see that the other folks where he came from also do that is like I said, makes us feel so great. I was visiting with the Alabama Centennial Commission not too long ago, and they outlined their plans for the Bicentennial Commission, and they were outlining their plans for that. And as part of a government-to-government relationship in our discussion with them, I asked them, "What do you mean you're commemorating the 200 years?" I said, because things happened before that 200th year. We were here before that. And when you commemorate both sides, all of it. All of this is part of our history. All of this is what makes us where we are today. That all fed into who we are right now. And I just want to make that point that I applaud your effort, and I'll go back to the Bicentennial Commission and tell them this is a good project here. Mado Chigejiste.
A month ago, on March the 26th, I was at the museum and Charles walked in and said, "Bill, I want to help you with the project." And he told me what he could do. And he told me what he wanted to do. And he didn't tell me that later Bobby Dennis would assist us with drawing the architectural plans for this monument. I was so excited that day I sent Ann and Linda and Agnes an email, and I said, "Good news, good morning everybody. I have some good news to share with you. Charles Chambers, fire chief at Red Hill and past member of the Tallassee Historical Preservation Society, and his friend Paul Wright of W&W Monuments have volunteered to help us complete the erection of the Osceola Monument. They have agreed at no cost to Tallassee Historical Preservation Society to move the granite stone from the West Mill to its location in East Tallassee, polish it, attach the plaque, which has been purchased by the Opelika DAR, build a base and monument, and set the granite stone around it. They will begin the project this week, and remember this is March 26th. And we were so pleased that Charles stepped forward, but he did because he's a good man, a very responsible and dependable person. I have known him from over 20 years. He was a member of the society, and when we needed to patch the roof on the 1844 mill, he was a roofer, and he stepped forward and did it for us at no cost. He has done many other things. He is of Muscogee heritage, and he's very proud of that. And I tell you, if you had come and observed these young men working here during the past 4 weeks, you would be proud of them too. So this good man, Charles Chambers, is going to tell you about the construction. He's going to honor the people on the back of the program. He's going to present them, and thank you. Charles Chambers. On the front row there.
Stand up, Bob.
And Mr. Joe Weatherford, by the way, you got heard the name right, Weather. TNT.
All kinds of weather during the rain. And Charles discovered something about the monument while it was raining. And I'll tell you about that in a moment before we unveil it. I want to ask the Opelika, we're going to now unveil the monument, and I want the people to get in place. If those of you listed on the program to participate, if you will go and stand on that side, and Ann and I will stand on this side, and Charles and the chiefs will do the unveiling. They're going to simply unveil it from the front, and we're just going to be symbolic. They're going to do. They're going to perform a dedication part, and Chief Johnson.
He won't admit it, but Charles donated this picture.
Got a lot to do with his birthplace, so those pieces come and it'll look something like that. So
Uncle Charlie.
All I hear is money. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. What you know in English sometimes is what the drink holler or hollerer, black drink hollerer. That's the hollers that they would be doing. That's what he would have done. But oh, what you guys say?
So his part has been through all this, and so I normally pick up on things like this, but my friends at WW said they'd never seen a stone. These handled hundreds of them. But if you look up here close, you'll see these lines that appear when it gets wet. They come through it. So he's a crier, so I call it the crying stone. So if you'll get a little closer look when you get a chance to come up and see it. But it doesn't, I first saw it, I thought it was Italian stonemasons must have marked the stone. You see here where they drilled into it, and of course, and cut it, broke it out. But these marks are completely natural and something I've never seen, because they're not just going one way, they're going two ways.
Where's the cedar at over here?
The unfortunate thing is nobody's ever said or put a sign there that said this is not the original spot. The monument itself says